The story begins after a light sparring session between Gohan and Piccolo. The two are having a conversation in a large forested area not too far from Piccolo's house. "Dad did it again," said Gohan to Piccolo. "Did what?" Piccolo responds. "He put all of our lives in danger." "What do you mean, Gohan?" Piccolo, "Dad could have ended Moro many times during their fight, but instead he gave him a chance to heal, and Moro was seconds away from destroying the planet again because of it." Piccolo grunts. "Gohan, you have to understand that your dad is not a murderer. If Goku can avoid killing someone, he will." With a worried look on his face, Gohan looks Piccolo directly in his eyes. "Piccolo," he says, "both you and I know that isn't true. Dad wanted to keep Moro alive so that he can fight him again in the future. For Dad, it's only about getting stronger. Even now, when there's no threat, he's off on Beerus's planet training. Do you know that he's only met Pan once since she's been born?" Piccolo grunts again. "Gohan, your dad trains so he can protect you, so that he can protect all of us. If Goku wasn't as strong as he is, who would we call the next time an impossible threat shows up?" Again, Gohan looks at Piccolo. "But Dad's desire to get stronger is the reason why these impossible threats show up." "Enough, Gohan," said Piccolo. Gohan continues, "It's not just about me anymore. I have a daughter now." "I said enough," Piccolo said in a more stern voice. "The reality is, Gohan, you waste your potential and leave the responsibility of defending your daughter to Goku. You can be stronger than all of us, but you choose not to be. Until you decide to step into who you are, you forfeit the right to complain about the way Goku does things." Piccolo begins to hover above the ground. "Tell Videl she can drop Pan off in about 2 hours after my meditation," and before Gohan can respond, he flies away. Some months later, the Earth is attacked by a threat from within. An android named Gamma 2 starts trouble with Piccolo, but the confrontation leads to Piccolo learning about a much bigger threat named Cell Max. Piccolo and Gohan are unable to reach Goku during their struggle with Cell Max, but largely thanks to his conversations with Piccolo, Gohan is able to achieve a new tier of power. Word eventually reached Goku about the struggle that took place on Earth, but he was happy to hear that Gohan and Piccolo were able to handle it. Not knowing the full extent of the battle, Goku decides to train for a couple more days before heading back. At the end of his training, Goku says his farewells to Beerus and Whis. Goku then uses instant transmission to teleport Broly and Vegeta to planet Vampa. "So this is your planet, huh?" said Vegeta to Broly. Broly nods at Vegeta. "Next time you'll have to show me more about how you're able to turn your hair green," said Goku to Broly. Broly smiles and begins to walk back to his cave. Vegeta puts his hand on Goku's shoulder and says, "Let's go, Kakarot." Right before the pair instant transmission back to Earth, Vegeta mumbles to himself, "What a dump." Less than a second later, the two appear on a Capsule Corp landing pad. Goku and Vegeta both dodge a propeller blade as a voice that somehow managed to be louder than a helicopter yells, "Are you two trying to destroy my ride?" "Bulma!" yelled Goku. "I'll be right back," Bulma yelled, as she begins to pilot the helicopter into the sky. "Not even a hello," said Vegeta. Goku then laughs and raises 2 fingers to his forehead. "See ya, Vegeta," he said. Less than a second later, he was in front of his door, and what he sensed inside his house instantly made his day better. Chi-Chi was cooking. He opened the door with a giant smile. "Chi-Chi, I'm back." Chi-Chi turns around. "Goku, what a surprise." "Surprise?" said Goku. "Aren't you cooking dinner for me?" "How could I?" said Chi-Chi. "You randomly show up. I had no idea you were coming." "Good point," Goku responded. "But why is there so much food? I was planning on having dinner with Videl, Gohan, Pan, and Hercule tonight. They should be here in about an hour. Can you double the portions, Chi-Chi?" said Goku. "I'm really hungry." "Yeah, sure thing, Goku. But you should go see Gohan before dinner. He told me he wanted to talk to you as soon as you showed up. It'll give me some more time to prepare the extra food as well." "Alright," said Goku. He raised 2 fingers to his forehead to instant transmission to Gohan's location. Then he stopped. "Wait, Chi-Chi, is Gohan not on the planet?" "What do you mean?" Chi-Chi responded. "Oh wait," said Goku. "There he is." and then he disappears. Goku is then instantly staring at Gohan's front door. Before he can move, he hears a voice from inside. "Come in, Dad." Goku opens the door to find Gohan sitting at a desk, staring at a sheet of paper. Goku says, "Gohan, still studying, I see." Without looking up, Gohan says, "Dad, meet me at the place where we last sparred." And then he disappears. A little shocked, Goku raised his fingers to his forehead and instant transmission to the location Gohan mentioned. There he found Gohan standing in a giant open field. "Did you just use instant transmission, Gohan?" said Goku. "No, Dad," Gohan responds. "Moving at this speed is nothing to me now." "What's going on, Gohan? Why did you want to talk to me? And what's up with your ki? Something feels off." "Dad, what do you want to become?" "What?" responded Goku. "What do you mean?" For the first time since he arrived, Gohan turned and looked his dad straight in the eyes. Goku could see the pain and resolve in Gohan's face. And then he said, "I mean, Dad, for my entire life, you've only sought strength. What do you want that strength for? What do you hope to become?" Goku responds, "Gohan, I can sense something different in you. What's going on?" And then Gohan says, "Dad, since you refuse to answer me, I'll ask you another question. The power that you unlocked against Jiren, the power that the angels use, did Whis tell you where that power leads?" Goku gives Gohan a blank stare. And then he says, "Are you talking about Ultra Instinct?" Gohan responds, "Ultra Instinct is what the angels call it. But all it is touching the true source. Dad, someone told me that I should step into my potential. And when I did that, I was able to touch and use the true source. It didn't take long before I realized what this power could do. As you keep working with this power, Dad, you'll notice that you can manipulate time." Goku remembered when Whis reversed time during his fight with Frieza. Gohan continued, "Dad, I use this power and look forward in time, and I see what you become. The pinnacle of strength is a lonely place, and I see what it makes you do to everyone I love. I'm sorry, Dad, but I can't let that happen." Goku smiles and says, "Gohan, I have no idea what you're talking about, but if it's a sparring match you want, let's go." Before his next word, Gohan's fist pierced Goku's abdomen. Goku looked down to see long, spiky silver hair above the face of his son. Goku leaped backwards, simultaneously activating Ultra Instinct and healing himself with his left hand. "You can heal that quickly now, Dad. Is that something you learned from Whis?" "Is that a new transformation, Gohan?" said Goku, buying a little time to fully heal himself. Gohan responds, "I told you, I can now touch the true source. I hoped I could end this quickly, but now that you're also touching the true source, we should probably take this off planet to make sure no one else gets hurt. You lead, Dad, and I'll follow." Goku looks at Gohan. Then he raises 2 fingers to his forehead. He identified an uninhabited planet about 2 galaxies over that he visited when he was a member of the Galactic Patrol. He instantly teleported himself to that planet, and within a fraction of a second, Gohan stood in front of him. "Gohan," said Goku, "you sure have changed a lot since I've been gone. I can't wait to see the full extent of your new power. I'm proud of what I've seen so far. I've always known your potential was amazing, but still, how did you manage to grow this powerful in such a short period of time?" Gohan looked at his father, and without a word, he gently placed his hand on Goku's shoulder. "Dad," Gohan said, "maybe this will help you understand." Suddenly, Goku found himself staring at his 4-year-old son. It was more than that. It's as if he became his son. He was experiencing Gohan's perspective from the inside and the outside of his mind. He could feel all of Gohan's emotions as if they were his own. 4-year-old Gohan's thoughts were his thoughts. He could feel an uncontrollable rage swelling inside of him. The rage felt like his own, but he was also aware that it wasn't. A few feet in front of him, he saw the target of all this rage. It was Raditz. And then he heard a voice. The voice said, "Dad, do you remember this?" Goku responded, "When we defeated Raditz? Yeah, I do." At Raditz's feet, Goku could see a younger version of himself. He could also feel all the emotions of his 4-year-old son. The overwhelming desire to protect his dad, that eventually culminated into an attack on Raditz. An attack that allowed Goku and Piccolo to gain the upper hand in that fight. Goku remembers winning that fight at the cost of his own life, and thinking very little about what it did to Gohan. He remembers when given the opportunity to train and gain more strength after that fight, or to return to his son, he chose strength. Suddenly, Goku felt his mind pulled away from the moment. He was aware of the passage of time. As his mind settled in a new moment, he could feel that about a year from the previous moment had passed, as if he'd lived the passage of that time. But he was also aware that his traveling from that moment to where he is now was instantaneous. Goku looked down at his own paralyzed body. A few feet away from him stood a much younger Vegeta. He realized that, again, he was inhabiting Gohan, this time only 5 years old. Goku felt a familiar sensation within Gohan, a similar rage and desperation, but most of all, an overwhelming desire to protect his father. All of this inhabited his 5-year-old son's mind as he transformed to an Uzaru. Goku remembered that Gohan's transformation allowed for a victory that day over Vegeta. He also remembered that at the end of that fight, when given the opportunity to permanently stop Vegeta, he was too aware of how much stronger he would get if he was allowed to fight Vegeta again in the future. Goku remembers in that moment, again, he chose strength. From this point, Goku felt his mind being pulled through what felt like a lifetime of experiences, settling at key moments. His fight against Frieza, against the androids, against Cell, against Majin Buu, against Jiren, all the way up to where he stood now. He realized that in each one of those moments, although he was happy that he managed to keep the world safe, his overall goal was always strength. Even as he snapped back to the uninhabited planet he stood on, staring at his son, he realized that there was an underlying excitement within him about the strength he would gain from fighting this new, more powerful version of Gohan. Before he could say anything, Gohan spoke and said, "Dad, I know what you're thinking, but I have already allowed myself 1,000 years to understanding the power of the true source. Even the angels are limited in their understanding of how time works when one touches the true source. But I guess for me, this is the gift of my potential. Dad, your Ultra Instinct stands no chance against who I am now. This is a fight where you cannot gain any strength." "Enough, Gohan," said Goku. "I understand how you feel, and I'm sorry. I never realized the situation I put you in. I thought all this time your potential came from rage, but now I could see that it came from your desire to protect. I'm proud of you, Gohan, but no matter how much stronger you've gotten, you don't get to tell me where or when I gain strength." Goku then began to power up. His ki disintegrated the ground between himself and Gohan, pushing his son a few feet back. Instantly, Goku was aware of an incoming attack from Gohan. Another punch, this time aimed at his heart. Goku had grown used to Ultra Instinct automatically moving his body in these situations. But even though he was already in his Ultra Instinct form, his body wouldn't move. There was no malice in Gohan's attack. Goku's body did not recognize him as a threat. Before the punch could connect, however, Goku barely managed to move his midsection out of the way. The speed of the punch created a powerful stream of wind behind Goku that traveled further than either fighter could see into the atmosphere of the empty planet. Goku turned towards his son and said, "I see, Gohan. I have no other choice but to get serious." If you made it this far in the video, hashtag Gohan versus Goku in the comments below. 10,000 likes on this video for part 2. Guys, be sure to check out the Further Beyond podcast. It's my own anime podcast on Spotify, iTunes, and all other major podcast platforms. I want you to do me a favor. Have yourself a great day. I will be talking to you again real soon. Bye.